Hi, we have our show today, The Consultants. I'm the host, Dr. D. Anthony Miles. We have a great show. Our show is a business-based show. Our show is about helping people with their businesses. And we have two consulting teams that are going to be part of the show. And toward the end of the show, we're going to have two judges that are going to judge who gave the best consulting advice to the businesses. And we're going to have a wonderful time today. Our show, The Consultants, is going to have a lot of fun. And I'm Dr. D. Anthony Miles. Today for our show, we have a task. We have two teams. And our first team is Team A. Our team today consists of Michelle, Teresa, and Denise. And what their job is today is to provide consulting advice to a business that's struggling, that needs help because their profitability is down, and the Team A is going to provide their insight on what the problems is dealing with that business.
Hi, my name is Michelle Dawes-Bird, and I'm founder and CEO of a nonprofit called Real Chicks Rock. It's all designed to empower women, and we've done it through various different ways, through our community service, through our mentoring and public speaking, and we also do it through our podcast and talk show format, where we talk about issues that challenge women, and we come up with solutions to empower them at the end of the conversation. My long-term goal is to definitely leave a legacy, a body of work that people will remember me for. I want to impact people as much as possible. A short-term goal of mine is to leave corporate America. The long-term goal is to pursue this passion that I have, which is called Real Chicks Rock, my nonprofit. What I like most about myself is that I'm fun, I'm sociable, I love to dance, I love music, I love engaging with people, and I love making a difference in people's lives every day.
Good morning, I'm Teresa Cornegay, and I'm originally from North Carolina, but I moved here the end of 1980s, and I'm a mother of one son and 3 grandchildren. I'm in the quality control industry where I go into companies and inspect to make sure we keep them up to par, to make sure that we pass inspections to keep their accreditations, whether it's hospitals, CDCs, GEs, or wherever. My long-term goals, I'm also a life coach. I love developing others. It's help others realize that they matter in this world, in this life. My strongest goal, I guess I could say, is developing and seeing where you can look at before and after from where they came from and how important it is to know that everybody counts and they are uniquely made. I love others unconditionally and try to get others to see that in others. So if you can have empathy for other people, then the world will be a better place. So that's what I really enjoy.
My name is Denise Williams. I am the broker and owner of Williams & Co. International Realty, which is based here in Atlanta. We offer services for residential, commercial, and investment transactions. So if you know anyone out there looking for real estate services, please give us a call. On top of real estate, I'm also a Delta, pledged in Delta Sigma Theta sorority back in 2011 when I graduated from Valdosta State University. I also went back to school and obtained 2 MBA degrees, one in international business and the other in supply chain management from Clayton State University. Some of my long-term goals in life is to open another real estate office in my hometown. One of the things that I'm extremely passionate about is giving back to my community and never forgetting where I come from. So I really want to open another office there as well as open a nonprofit organization. What I love most about myself is my heart to give. I absolutely love to give to others. One of the things that I really enjoy doing with not just my team, but my family and friends is gifting. I love to buy them different, unique gifts and just show that I care. Because I think now in today's time especially, it's important to make sure you have a high context and touch environment around you. So showing people that you care and that you appreciate them in a unique way is what I really, really love to do.
All right, let me introduce our second team. Our second team is also going to provide consulting advice for a struggling business. And let me introduce the team members for Team B. We have Renardo, Devontae, and Muhammad. And now their job today is to provide also consulting advice and compete with Team A, and they're going to give their insight on why the business is struggling and what problems that business needs to address so they can return to their profitability. And that's our show. We want you as the viewers to decide who provided the best consulting advice. So join us today and we're going to have a great time.
Hello, I'm Devontae Smith. Recently moved to Atlanta. Currently working at AT&T in the sales industry. Basically, I moved down here from Mississippi, got my degree in media production at the University of Southern Mississippi. So currently now working for AT&T. My long-term goals in life is basically being a producer for documentaries. I'm definitely interested in getting into documentaries, the main one I want to make is on mental health. So right now I'm just getting experience, gaining exposure, trying to get into that field. I like most about myself is basically making people laugh. I enjoy to make people laugh. A lot of people go through things in life, like such as mental health, and I just want to be able to make them laugh and enjoy life, basically.
Hey, how you doing? My name is Muhammad Kamara from New York City. I just moved to Atlanta maybe like 4 months ago amid the whole COVID situation, and I'm a personal trainer. That's what I do on the daytime, but I have a few businesses back home, and here in Atlanta I have a few short-term rental properties. My 2 long-term goals in life is to retire my parents. That's the number 1 thing I want to do. And the next thing I want to do right after that is get to $1 million. The number 1 thing I feel like I love about myself is I have street smarts as well as book smarts, so the combination is a really good mix for me.
Okay, well, thank you, Mohammed. Well, I'm Renardo Hunter. I love living in the Atlanta area. I'm a former safety captain with the United States Postal Service. So I've been involved with the writing and conducting safety briefings. I've also been involved with building inspections and also operational inspections to make sure that things are done in a correct manner and safe manner. I'm just a loving person. I'm a part of a music team. I've been playing music over 7, 8 years with a group, and I've been part of the entertainment industry and the movie industry as well. I have one here that I have just started, and I hope to reach some good success with this one. I'm trying to get entertainers across the U.S. to come together and let's try to rescue the business industry, particularly our restaurants are about to go under. Let's approach them. Let's try to rescue them. I have a plan. I've been administering this plan to some of the music industry, and hopefully we can succeed. What I like most about myself, I'm a man. I'm a brown-skinned man in the USA. I wouldn't have it no other way.
Consultants with Dr. D. Anthony Miles is a 1-hour weekly television show that focuses on helping struggling businesses that need help.
And we're going to have an exciting show because the 2 teams are going to compete who gives the best consulting advice.
I have to do a lot of branding. Like, don't be afraid to advertise. I need testimony. Yes.
I think we just got to figure something out to help my business so we can get to this W.
Every week, 2 teams compete against each other to win cash prizes. The Consultants with Dr. D. Anthony Miles is an exciting, hip, and fresh reality television show.
Okay, let me introduce our 2 judges, and what the judges are going to do today, they're going to provide their insight on which team provided the best consulting advice to the business out of Team A and Team B. So let me introduce the 2 judges. We have Renardo and we have Denise. All right, for this time in the show, we're going to introduce the business that needs help, and this business is going to be helped or consulted by Team A. So let me introduce Michelle, and Michelle, tell us about your business.
My business is a nonprofit organization, and it's designed to help women, and we're based in Atlanta, Georgia. And our struggle or the opportunity or the challenge for us is that we're not reaching a broad enough demographic, so I want to be able to reach more people for the business. And not only for that, but we also have a talk show, and we want to be able to get paid and sponsorship for those shows. So I'm really hoping that my Team A is going to help me figure out how we can really get this business up to another level. I'm excited.
All righty, I'm excited too. All righty, Team A is going to be helping Michelle.
Hello, I'm Teresa, the project manager for today, and we're here with Team A today, and we're gonna go over some of the issues that we're having in the nonprofit organization. We have Ms. Michelle here with us today who's gonna expound on what the needs are, what her strengths and weaknesses are, so we can be able to try to help her in the issues that she is facing.
Thank you so much, guys. I really need your help. I'm so excited. So, you know, as we talked about before, I do have a nonprofit, and it's designed to really empower women. And we've done so many different things through community service. We've had workshops, we've done clothing drives, we collaborate with other nonprofit organizations. And I just feel that we want to take it to another level. We want to reach a bigger demographic of people. Unfortunately, you know, our donations and sponsorship is not where it needs to be. So it limits us in what we can do and who we can reach. So we want to try to get it to another level. So really the challenge, the opportunity today is how do we reach a broader audience? And how do we get people like sponsors or people paid advertisement for our show, the talk show that we do, to kind of help offset some of these costs that we're having?
Okay.
Okay. So some of the viewers, this is what I want to ask, because I understand you said you have reached out to community services. And could you give me or expound on some of the drawbacks that you are receiving that you feel like is an issue from there?
You know, we're on social media. Like, social media is the way to go.
Right.
Fortunately or not, a lot of people are attached to that. So we're on Facebook and we're on Instagram and we are on YouTube. So, you know, there's viewership there, but it's not where we think it should be. We'd like for it to be increased. So we're trying to figure out how can we get more people, more attention. What should we do? How do we market? You know, the demographic, what we found that a lot of people that are interested in what we've done is starting from the ages of maybe 30, 35 and up. So it's all women. You know, I think that most of the people that gravitate to the nonprofit are women of color, Black women, because they see my face, and so there's initial collaboration and excitement about it. But we just want to understand, how can we get more people engaged in what we do and what we're trying to offer?
Okay, I understand the issues that you are facing. My question to you is, have you guys tried to reach out to the newsletter that's in the communities? That's what a lot of communities are doing now. Because of what's going on, they're coming strong within the community to try to reach out and help. And there's a newsletter that say next door in a lot of communities, and that's what they're going for. And have you guys tried to reach out in your community?
I didn't even think about that. And then I think, you know, by you saying that, that is a great thing, because everybody in every neighborhood, and I know Denise will probably confirm that too, her being a realtor, that everybody wants to know what's going on in the neighborhood, right? So that's a great thing. I didn't even think about doing next door. And then there's also like Craigslist too. Would that
Yes, Craigslist.
be an
Yes, because
opportunity?
people right now is getting more personable and taking care of their areas. So right now is the time. The newsletters, it give you who's walking or running down the street. They're looking out for their neighborhood watch. So right now, I think this will be really strong for you, because it really actually is one of the things that neighborhoods are getting personable and helping now, like the social media, which I think Denise can help expound on.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think you touched on your demographics. You said Black women in a certain age range. You said, what, 25 to 35 or so is your target audience. I think you have to dig a little bit deeper with regard to who it is that your message is going towards. And it's good that you've been able to identify that. So now it's time to actually put some marketing in place to reach them. So some of the recommendations that I would have with regard to that is first identifying where you can find those women. So if they're interested in your organization, where are they shopping?
Right.
What kind of TV shows are they watching? What kind of articles are they reading? And those are the areas that you need to be in. So, you know, you mentioned having a YouTube and having these things, but when you're doing that, you still have to make sure that that's where your target audience is going to be. So some of the ways that you can help get, you know, more exposure is press releases. You know, with nonprofit organizations, that's one of the areas that you guys will thrive. Because people that are interested in nonprofits are typically readers.
Yeah.
They're typically going to be people that want to pick up an article, pick up a newspaper, they're going to read a press release online. So doing something like that can instantly get your nonprofit out to thousands of people for a low cost. Another thing that you can do is actually leverage social media through cross promotion. And what you can do, you mentioned working with other nonprofit organizations, right? But what you're not probably doing is leveraging different Facebook groups. So what I would recommend is that you actually join about 20, 25 Facebook groups, and on a consistent basis, post what you're doing in those groups. So the groups that you should join should still focus on your target market. So you should be joining groups for entrepreneurs, Black women, you know, for women group or mothers, or, you know, just nonprofit organizations, anything that's going to align with your message, that's where you need to be. So you can't be super broad. You want to really specify, okay, I'm looking to find them, because your messaging has to be like this. When they see you or they see a video, you have to be solving their problem. So they have to be able to see the answers in whatever marketing you're putting out there. It should literally be like they watch a commercial of you and they say, she read my mind. Oh my God, I need to know that. Oh my God, I want to be a part of that organization. I want to be like her. So with that in mind, as far as wanting to be like her, you have to have a presence. Every brand that is successful has a presence. They dominate. They own the room. They own that space. So if you're a nonprofit organization for women and you're trying to attract other women that haven't necessarily been through a lot in life and all of that, but they're just wanting to level up, you have to show them what they want to be like.
Gotcha.
So you should have photo shoots. You should have professional photo shoots that are done. You should have videography showing them, look, this is the life you want to live. I can show you how to get there. Because I'm not going to listen to you if I don't believe you.
Right.
If I don't see it in your life, I mean, think about your children, right? We can teach them and try to share them all day, but if I'm teaching my son about money, but I'm always complaining about being broke,
Right.
he's not going to follow me as a leader.
Exactly.
So you can't be the owner of a nonprofit organization and I go to your Instagram page and I don't see any lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't see anything that you're teaching me in those classes. You're not posting that you have real estate, but you have a show about real estate on your YouTube channel.
Right.
Everything that you talk about, you have to be an example of that within yourself.
And you don't think that's showing off a little bit, Denise? Like, because sometimes people feel like, well, she's flossing and that kind of thing. So you think it's okay to really show a little bit more of the personal accomplishments that the brand has done for me and other people?
So let me ask you a question. What do you think about when I say the word hamburger?
Food, hunger.
What restaurant? McDonald's. You both said McDonald's at the same time. If McDonald's had the attitude that they didn't want to post commercials and marketing and things about their business and say that they have the best burger, you wouldn't be saying McDonald's right now. So you can never think about what other people are saying negatively. You have to focus on the mission. Your mission is to show people that you need to be number one. They need to come to you. You have something that they need. So when I'm thinking about that hamburger and I'm hungry, I know McDonald's has something that I need.
Got it.
So that's the bigger picture. You're always going to have haters. You're always going to have people that say, oh, she's doing too much. But guess what? That same person is still going to think about you when they think about nonprofit.
Right.
So that's the kind of presence you have to have in any industry that you want to dominate.
Right.
And that's what's super important. Now, you mentioned sponsorships,
Yes.
right? And you're
Yes.
looking to get more money. You want people to provide more information. I mean, more money, right?
yeah.
We all need that coin, honey.
we need it to
We
keep
all
things
need that.
going.
Right.
Absolutely.
So one of the reasons that I would say that you may not be receiving the sponsorship that you want is because people don't believe your message yet. And what I mean by that is that you need more client testimonials.
Right.
You need more people singing your praises. You need more cheerleaders. So if you talk about, we talked off camera about how you are helping these women to get jobs
Right.
or to get new designations or to just become better women.
Yes.
These women have to share their stories. Because me personally, there are so many nonprofits that I can give to,
Right.
but I'm only going to want to support the ones that pull on my heartstrings.
Gotcha.
And the way to do that is through other people. You be the flash, but you want people to be the client testimonials. You don't want to you want them to be the voice. You don't want to have to be both, and that's how you kind of separate yourself from the boss versus, the people who want to support your brand.
Man, this has been excellent.
And to piggyback off of what Michelle was saying, some of the ways to help get the message out there, which I truly agree with what you're saying, clothing advertisement. A lot of times when we go to some events, we notice that when we're going to a play or something, they're advertising right there
Right.
at the event. So clothing advertisement is what I suggest, so you can get your message out there and what you're trying to do, because a lot of times people would say, excuse me, what is that about? I see that. I've seen that somewhere before. And another thing, to the viewers that's not onto the media, social media, I would recommend a car magnet. That helps a lot. When I'm at a stoplight and I see the car magnet, that draws my attention. They have to blow the horn at me to go because that sends a message. Also, anywhere you can get yourself out there is what I think also helps.
So it sounds like I have to do a lot of branding. Like, don't be afraid to advertise. I need testimonials.
Yes.
I got to be very specific about what the brand is all about and what we've done so that people can want to be a part of what we're doing.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
And
Thank
the
you,
money
team.
will flow. Absolutely.
Come on,
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, so awesome.
Okay, for our next business, Team B is going to be consulting this business, and we have Muhammad. Muhammad, tell me what your business is and tell me what problems you're having.
My business is 365 Fitness. I'm a personal trainer, and I know if you know anything about fitness, is really people involved. And I just relocated from New York, so I'm having huge problems just meeting people and putting my business out there.
Well, what other problems are you having? You trying to build your client base? Is it competition? What other problems are you having?
A little bit of both. So there's a lot of competition around, as well as the whole COVID pandemic situation going on. A lot of people are not comfortable coming out. So I just want to market myself and make sure people know that I'm available and my services that I have.
Okay, I look forward to Team B providing you with some consulting advice.
I look forward to the help.
All right.
All right, as the project manager, taking a look at your business, Muhammad, I definitely think 365 Fitness would definitely be better if you would tune in to social media, putting yourself out there on social media. I think that'll definitely bring more business to you, and definitely creating a website. I think having a website would actually bring more audience as well. Maybe even getting business cards, passing those out with your website on it and things like that. I think that would definitely bring more business to you. And what do you think, Ronaldo?
Yes, I sometimes like to take a look at some of your sites in detail. For example, Facebook, Twitter. Twitter has a very good outreach. Instagram has a worldwide appeal. Even Periscope has a worldwide appeal. I don't do this very often, but sometimes I tell people a little gimmick on TikTok will get a lot of attention. But it's something to think about. Use a little trick, and people tune in right away from everywhere. Even movie stars will tune into what you're doing. The interesting thing about that, if you get their attention enough, they'll fly over here just to see you.
See, this is the thing about the social media that I have a little problem with is I don't want to be that gimmick person. Like, I don't want to be on Instagram oiled up with my abs out. Like, I don't want to do that. Like, I want people to actually understand and know that I'm knowledgeable about fitness and respect that. I don't want to do the whole gimmick route. That's something that I struggle with myself because I know TikTok is big. I understand Instagram is big, but there's a million trainers there. So, like, what can I do that can set myself aside without, tap dancing for the man? I don't want to sell myself, you know what I mean, short, because I do know what I'm talking about. I've been doing this for 6 years, which is one of my strengths. I know what I'm talking about. I've dealt with collegiate athletes. I know what I'm doing. So as far as social media, is there something specific I could do on there, or what do you guys think about that?
Yeah, definitely with social media, I feel like advertisements on social media, like if you have like videos of helping clients and things like that, maybe you can post a video of that on different social media platforms and also advertise it. So pay advertisements and things like that, I think that would definitely be beneficial.
I heard about that. How exactly does that work as far as the paid advertising? Do you have any idea about that?
So basically you would just go on whatever platform you're going on, create like an ads account, and definitely just go on there, decide which video you want to promote and promote it on there that way. So, and then they'll just take the money and stuff like that from the paid advertisement.
Okay, that sounds like a good idea, really good idea.
Yeah. So what locations have you been looking at?
Well, I mean, I rent out a gym on the West End, so that's the location I deal with right now. Or sometimes if a client even has their own gym, sometimes I can slide away if they have their own home gym, or if they have a membership at another gym, I can meet them there. So it's a lot of different options that I have as far as that. So I'm flexible, so I feel like that's a good thing as well.
Oh, interesting.
So demographic-wise, have you like tuned in to like who do you want to focus on, like whether that's men, women, children? Like, have you focused on that?
I think that's one of the problems that I have. Really, is it's just been really broad. I mean, I do definitely have an athletic background. I played college ball for a while, and a lot of those people gravitate towards me. But at the same time, it's almost like I want to cater to the everyday person. I don't want to put myself in a box. But I heard sometimes that's a good thing to do, because if you're too broad now, you're trying to reach out to a lot of different people. Your advertisements or whatever I'm doing on Facebook or on Instagram, you might not reach the people that I'm trying to reach. So I guess maybe I should take a step back and figure out what demographic I want to hit, and then just go, full force and focus on that. But that's something I should definitely figure out. But I'm thinking of servicing my community, because the gym that I'm located is a few different senior housing around there. So maybe I could focus on something like that. Or what do you guys think about that?
Yeah, as the project manager, I think the strength definitely with the business would be having a gym. You have like a demographic there already. So I think the solution to that would be to focus in on that demographic and definitely, key into people that way. Because a lot of people, in Atlanta, traffic and things like that, they probably won't want to travel all the way to the gym. So if you have like a demographic already there, I think you should focus on that, bringing that demographic to the gym, as well as like what Ronaldo said with the social media and marketing. I think that'll be the key to bring that in.
On social media, you mentioned a Periscope or something like that?
Yes.
What is that about? I've never even heard of that before.
Periscope is just another platform that has very broad appeal, and quite a lot of people, more maybe the younger generation, utilizes it more so.
All right.
And so it's a good thing to explore. It doesn't cost any money to explore it. I have 2 pages on there myself.
Okay, that's dope. And how's it working out for you?
It is working out quite well. It's working out quite well. People can, one thing about it, people can dip in and out at their leisure. And when you place your business on there, people can constantly see it from time to time and then know who you are or where you are. You don't even have to worry about it. It's right there. And you can update it whenever you want, add to it whenever you feel like it. Check to see how many people have looked at you lately, any questions that they might have concerning what you're doing. Sometimes it's nice to set up a FAQ with your business so that people can ask you questions from time to time. I think everybody should do that.
Yeah, for sure. And again, I feel like the name of the game right now for my business is just putting myself out there. So I'm just trying to find a lot of different ways to put myself out there. We've talked about social media already. What about, you mentioned business cards and flyers. Like, how would I go about it? What do you think specifically? Should I hit just the businesses around my gym? Should I just, go downtown at midnight on Friday night and just throw them in the air? What do you think I should do as far as that?
Well, basically, as far as business cards, I feel like since we're focusing in on the demographic, you should definitely pass them out in the local area around the gym. So if you're gonna focus on that demographic, I feel like maybe go to like a grocery store, or somewhere like that, or any store that you go into and just pass out your business cards that way. Especially if you're gonna focus on that demographic in your area, I definitely would tune in to those people and pass out the business cards that way.
That makes sense. I never even thought about that. I just felt like that was like an outdated way to go about doing things, but I guess going back to basics would help.
Right,
In my situation, especially since I'm trying to differentiate myself from everybody else, and I guess everybody else is doing the social media thing, but I feel like I haven't seen a flyer in I don't know how long, so
Yeah,
that'd be interesting.
definitely, yeah.
To add to the mix.
Okay. So, and definitely with the advertisements, going back to that, I definitely think you should definitely do the advertisements on different social media. Just go on there, find different clips, videos that you've done, helping people and things like that, and get yourself out there that way, doing paid advertisements and just promoting.
I think that's another one of my strengths. Again, I've been dealing with this for 6 years, and I have a lot of different people that I've worked with. Maybe I can do like a situation where they make like testimonials. You know how you see like late night TV,
Right.
Absolutely.
They talk about how this magic blanket,
Absolutely.
saved their mother from a fire or something like that. Maybe I could do testimonials and I could advertise that maybe on social media. Maybe that will give me back some good feedback. And if I can get that to the right people, that might make my my clientele jump. I think that'd be a good situation.
Definitely.
So I'm getting all this insight, just talking to you guys. I really do appreciate you guys helping with this. We got to make sure we beat that other team. I'm sure you guys can use that money too. So we really just got to figure something out to help my business so we can get to this W.
Now, sometimes you can do this too. You can offer people a discount if they bring a friend. That's something to think about. That will help put out the word more.
That's a fact. Yeah, I didn't think about that too. And I think, speaking of another strength that I have, I feel like my price point I have a really good price point as far as it's a lot cheaper per session. I don't really charge by the hour, so it's like it could go for an hour 30. Okay, yeah, I could go for an hour 30, and it wouldn't change. So that's a good thing as far as my business goes. And again, maybe even just putting all that on the flyer would help. Or putting it on social media, having somebody talk about it would definitely be a benefit for me.
Consultants with Dr. D. Anthony Miles is a 1-hour weekly television show that focuses on helping struggling businesses that need help.
And we're going to have an exciting show because the two teams are going to compete who gives the best consulting advice.
I have to do a lot of branding. Like, don't be afraid to advertise. I need testimonials.
We just got to figure something out to help my business so we can get to this W.
Every week, two teams compete against each other to win cash prizes. The Consultants with Dr. D. Anthony Miles is an exciting, hip, and fresh reality television show.
Okay, for this part of the show, we're going to listen to Team A and their analyses. They're going to talk about three things. They're going to talk about the problems of the business. They're going to talk about the strengths of that business. And lastly, they're going to talk about some possible solutions to the problems that the business is having. So Team A is going to do those three things, and we look forward to hearing their analyses.
Hi, I'm Teresa, the project manager of Team A, and we came up with some recommendations to help the nonprofit organization for Michelle that we think would help benefit her company, which is Real Chicks Rock. So with all that enthusiasm, we're going to let her know that we're here to support her and what she's trying to do and where we're going to take her to the next phase. So let us have it, Michelle.
Let me tell you what we're going to do. So immediately, we're going to get testimonials from the people that we've helped over the years.
Yes.
Because we're going to put that on all the social media platforms, because I think it's important that people understand where they've been and where they're heading and what were the tools that they've used to help them get to the next level. So that's immediately what we're going to do. We're also going to cross-promote with all of the other organizations that we work with. We've worked with nonprofits all over Atlanta, so it's very important that we try to get our information out to those nonprofits so that everybody's cross-promoting one another, so we're all winning.
Yes.
It's all successful for all
Yes.
of us. We're going to show people the lifestyle, right? People gravitate to what they see.
Absolutely.
And so if we're talking about
Absolutely.
real estate and financial empowerment and all of
Yes.
these wonderful things, we're going to start advertising that more, maybe using me as a model or the
Yes,
face of
honey.
it, so
Yes.
people can understand that this too can happen for them. This is all about next level living for those people that want it. The other thing is that we want to be organic. We want people to trust us. They want to
Yes.
feel a bond.
Yes.
They want to have a connection with us. And that's going to help us get those sponsors, right? The
Absolutely.
sponsors, because they're going to
Absolutely.
understand, they're going to want to understand what's the draw. Why is everybody
Yes.
attracted to this thing or this
Right.
brand called Real Chicks Rock?
Yes.
And they're going to see it. I like what you both of you ladies had said, especially about advertising. So we do
Yes.
have a t-shirt line already.
Wonderful.
It's on our
All right.
website,
Way to go.
realchicksrock.com. So if everybody wants to get those t-shirts, that'll help get the message
that
out
out.
Absolutely.
even more. So we're so excited. The next
Great.
thing for us to do is just take the company to the next level, and this is the way we're going to do it. We're going to turn it from just making a little bit money to being more profitable, so we can take those proceeds to put it back into the business to help the community, because that's what it's all about. So
Yes.
you know what? The other team, Team B, they think they're going to win. They're not going to win. We
Not
got
at all.
it. And
That's
guess
right.
what? Not only are we going to win this, but we're also going to be profitable in our bottom line. I'm excited.
Yes.
Thanks, ladies,
No
for
problem.
everything.
Where everyone
Absolutely.
wins.
They're Team B because they're second best.
All right, we're going to talk to the project manager for Team B, and we got Ronaldo here. And tell me what you thought about Team A's consulting work and analyses.
I thought Team A was insightful. They were deep. I enjoyed listening to them bring up various products that can be an asset to the business that they were addressing. For example, car magnets, T-shirts. These are things that are very well utilized on the market today. One of the things I still like to emphasize, one of the leaders of that group made a statement that everybody should take to heart. Everything you talk about, be an example of that. That came from Team A.
Okay, that all you have?
Yes, it is. I couldn't see any holes or anything missing. It was just interesting and entertaining.
Okay, all righty, thank you. Okay, for this part of the show, we're going to talk about Team B's analyses of what they saw at the business that was having problems. Team B is going to talk about three things. They're going to talk about the problems that they saw with the business. Next, they're going to talk about the strengths of the business, what strengths that they see that the business had. And lastly, they're going to talk about some solutions to the problems with that business. So they're going to talk about some possible remedies that could meet the business's problems and try to find some alternate or some solutions to that business's problems.
For the project manager for Team B, looking at Muhammad's business, 365 Fitness, we came to the conclusion based off of our discussing that basically we need to focus on demographics, social media, and marketing. Basically, by looking at those three things, we feel like the demographic-wise, we should focus on a specific area, which is where his gym is located. We feel as if focusing on that area, handing out business cards and passing out flyers in that area would definitely be beneficial, as well as social media. Definitely creating a website, getting his name out there that way on social media and creating the website. And then also just looking at the different things as far as the ads. We definitely think advertisement would definitely be well for the business. Definitely looking into getting on Instagram, Facebook, and creating different ads. That way, looking at his different clients, if he has videos with clients, definitely post those videos and just advertise them on the social media platform. Definitely, we also talked about Periscope, using Periscope and getting his name out there that way, and also doing testimonials. So the testimonials, definitely getting the clients to talk about what they've accomplished, training with him and doing different things that way. And then also discounts. By referring a friend, We definitely think the discounts would definitely be beneficial. So if a client comes in by referring a friend, that definitely would be great doing it that way. And so how do you feel about that?
No, I'm super excited about the advice that I got. Everything from the marketing and promotional standpoint to social media. Again, I'm learning things about Periscope. A whole bunch of situations I had no clue about. Big guys gave me some advice as far as taking it back and doing the flyers, doing the old school route. I thought that was outdated, but I guess it's a whole new take on doing something new. So I'm going to try that as well. I really do appreciate Dr. Miles. I appreciate Ronaldo, Devontae for all the advice. There's no way Team A is going to beat us out on this one. I'm super excited about my business and this win.
Okay, we're at the end of the show. We're going to talk about the results of each team's analyses, Team A and Team B. And we have here Denise. She's the leader, project manager of Team A. And I'd like to get your insight. What did you think about Team B's work?
I mean, I thought Team B did a really great job. You know, they have a really cohesive team. They gave him great advice with regards to his social media marketing and branding, especially being that he's new here to the city of Atlanta. It's going to be very important for him to market and get himself out there. So even given, you know, going back to the grassroots of marketing and saying hand out flyers or do that hand to hand, it's still very important to do some of that for their marketing as well. So I think they did a phenomenal job. I don't think it was as good as ours, but you know, I really think that it was good for what they could come up with.
Is it anything that they had, any blind spots, things that you think it's anything they could have done?
I think that they could have given him more hands-on tactical advice as far as like, what do you do as of today? So what were some lead generation opportunities that they could have presented to him so that he can start making income as far as today, right now? Because we all want the coin now. We don't want to wait, you know, until those flyers come around. We want money now. So more digital marketing, they could have spoke to that a little bit more. And I think also client testimonials would have been a great input idea as well.
Thank you. Interesting insight.
Yes, thank you. So Team A for the win. Thank you.
Okay, we got our votes tallied in, and based on the results of both teams, Team A and Team B, and their consulting work, Team A was the winner. Team A did a great job. Both of them did a great job, but Team A won for this week. Next week, we'll start all over again, and we'll have them compete against each other again, but for this week, Team A was the winner.